This is a story with many facets.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the Jody and Scott Show.
Yeah. It's the Jody and Scott Show. What's going on?
Whoa.
It's jodyandscottshow.com or on iTunes. Just search for Jody and Scott. You know, look, if you listen to this podcast and you like it, get subscribed, man. It's totally worth it, right?
Now,
right, Scott?
Jody,
you're
you
subscribed,
told me.
aren't you, Scott? Aren't you subscribed?
What's that?
No, you're right.
Just tell me how to do it, and I'll
Yeah,
do it. You know that I'm there for you.
I know.
Jody, I was going to say tonight's show is going to be horrible. One of the worst shows we've ever done because you told me not to give any expectations.
Yeah,
for this
you always
thing,
set
right?
the expectations so high that it's difficult to live up to. I like what you're doing, though. I like what you're up to here.
But, although I'm going to have to change my mind on that, Jody, this, my friend, is going to be the best show of all time. And I'll tell you why. I just got a last-minute text from the sexy saxophone man. We have Criminal Ben producing tonight. Ben, look at your Facebook. We have his number, so we'll be joined tonight by the sexy saxophone man.
That's
whoa!
So that's the guy. This is the.
Tell me you're horny about this, dude. This is big.
Is this the YouTube guy that walks? Is he like in a diaper or something, and like he plays the sax? Is he? Why do I feel like
leggings.
Why do I feel like he's in a diaper? In my mind, this guy. What sax song?
I don't know.
What sax song is it that this guy plays, Scott? Do you remember?
It's the recently dead George Michael.
Was it? Huh?
Too bad we don't have that song ready for him to go.
I was gonna say, what is the song? Like, what's it called?
Careless Whisper, Jody.
It's called Careless Whisper.
Classic.
Oh, okay. Here.
So we're gonna have him on here later tonight. So that's exciting. Also, a man that's a feminist. Have you heard of this? This is a big thing, big trend.
A man that's a feminist.
He's really big into this thing. He's jumped on the wagon.
I don't think that's that uncommon, right? For men to be feminists necessarily. Especially on like college campuses and stuff. The sensitive guy, right? Like
it's a meminist. Yeah, that's what we call them.
So there's one actually
also,
on the show.
Okay,
very
he's
nice.
on the show. He's going to talk big about the feminist movement. Are you into?
The feminist movement. I mean, listen to me.
You don't shave your legs, so you're halfway there.
No, but I'm married to a very smart, highly successful woman, and so it's
but she's not intimidated like the rest of the feminists.
Yeah, no, but that's just it. Like, she's not like a militant feminist, but I tell you what, like this girl believes in women's ability to do things, and I do too. I mean, when you say feminist, are you talking? When you talk about feminism, are you talking about just the general belief that women are equal and should be treated equally, or are you talking about sort of like the real like loony nut jobs that are out there, like that think that like men are actively repressing women and need to like have their penises chopped off and like or that kind of stuff? Like what are you talking about exactly?
Well, Jody, here's what I'm talking about. I actually meant to Google feminist before I came on the show, but I forgot to, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. All I know is we have a man that's a feminist, and he's going to be here on this program tonight, which is pretty exciting, dude.
Oh, I'm excited about that, Scott. I'm excited about it. So we got a lot. We've got a lot to get to this evening. Criminal Ben is filling in for Mike tonight, so thank you very much to Criminal Ben. So the chances of us actually getting the guests on the air tonight are.
Hey, he's a very professional man, Criminal Ben.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that it's like a 0% chance. I'm saying that it's just maybe a slightly lower chance than normal. I don't know.
Mike usually has some problems too. Hey, we all have problems here, Jody. Let's
so do we
jump around the bush?
Do we jump right into? I mean, is there anybody that's talking about anything other than the palace intrigue, than the drama that's swirling around Washington D.C. right now? Because literally,
this press conference, the length of a movie.
Yeah,
Jody.
today, Donald Trump, President Trump did an extended press conference. It was a marathon. He started with a very long diatribe against the press, and then went on to just take question after question after question, and it was really something else. It's almost like he's trying to, and sometimes it felt like he was trying to kind of do a comedy show. Like he's used to doing shows, right? He's used to trying to be entertaining, and now he's in a position where like he has to be the president, and he's still trying to do that entertainer thing a little bit in there, and I don't know if it's working for him. What do you think?
Jody, you have to admit the guy's entertaining. He does need a haircut, though. He's looking real shaggy on the top of that rug. Oh, is this the presser?
You do have other people, and your ratings aren't as good as some of the other people that are waiting. Okay. Go ahead, Jim.
He's like a true to life Seinfeld. You know what I mean? It's
press
true.
Conference, you called on the Russians to find the missing 30,000 emails. I'm wondering, sir, if you...
Well, she was actually missing 33, and then that got extended. No, but I did say 30, but it was actually higher than that.
If I may ask you, sir, it sounds as though you do not have...
Oh, yeah, it's good stuff. And then, of course...
Keep them coming, dude. I am laughing over here. I can't see. My eyes are welled with water.
We had Hillary Clinton give Russia 20% of the uranium in our country. You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.
You know, it must really suck to get halfway through that statement and realize you don't actually know what uranium is. Like you know what uranium is? And then there's a voice in his head that goes, shit, we don't know what uranium is.
We had Hillary Clinton give Russia 20% of the uranium in our country. You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.
What is uranium anyway? I'm not running for president. I'm allowed to.
Oh, no, not the beach! Not the beach! Ah!
So, should we listen to some other clips of the?
I can't get enough of this press conference.
You mentioned the
It's
vessel, the
hilarious.
spy vessel off the coast of the United States.
Not good.
There was a ballistic missile test that many interpret as a
Not good.
violation of an
Not
agreement
good.
between the two countries, and a Russian plane buzzed a U.S. destroyer.
Not good.
No, when I read off the three things that have recently happened,
No,
each
it's
one of them
not
you said
good,
they're
but they
not
happen.
good. But do they damage the relationship?
They
Do
all
undermine
happened recently. No, I'm
this
going to
country's
see what
ability
happens.
to work with Russia?
They all happened recently, and I understand what they're doing.
Yes, I do. I understand everything that's going on. He has no idea what's going on around him, does he?
Now, Jody, speaking of stand-up comedians, I have a list right here, and you know I'm big on lists. I like talking
Very big
about
list
them.
guy.
I like explaining them.
I'm very suspicious of your lists, to be honest.
Lists
But
are very good. Hey,
yeah.
man, I'm like a Woodward and Bernstein kind of guy. Like I get really deep involved with this shit.
Right.
Now listen,
Yeah.
Jody, top 20 comedians of all time. Stand up. Should I go through the whole list? Or 20 seems like a lot. I'll just go through a few.
all right, top 20.
Richard
so you're
Pryor,
gonna do top
number
20.
one.
This is the top 20 all-time stand-ups.
Yeah. Donald Trump, obviously.
Obviously.
Richard Pryor, number one.
Uh-huh.
2, Carlin. 3, Lenny Bruce.
Uh-huh,
Don't know who that is. Louis C.K. Oh, Louis C.K. Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry. What? Excuse me?
I said Louis C.K.
Oh, okay.
Lewisk is what I was trying to say. Chris Rock, Joan Rivers, Jerry Seinfeld. And the list goes on and on. I'm worried because coming in at number 22, it was one of my favorite stand-ups, Jason Reed.
Who's Jason
He didn't
Reed?
make it. Number 22. We actually have a clip of my
And
favorite.
what's the deal with fishing? Who does that? You're just like sitting in the boat, doing nothing all day?
Yeah.
And like,
We've all done it.
I
They're
hate stupid
relatable.
questions. Like this guy was like, "Is today Tuesday?" And I was like, "All day."
See? I mean, that's relatable. In the middle of that. Okay, well, he wasn't number 22. He was 34.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I like to lie for my
All
friends.
right.
But we can celebrate
Quite
right
a
now,
list.
Jody.
Quite a list. What are we
Can
celebrating?
we celebrate?
What are we celebrating? I would have to know what we're celebrating before I can actually kick off the
Playboy's
celebration.
bringing back nudity!
You know,
Do a dance, Jody. Is your shirt off? I feel like it is.
I gotta tell you, is there anybody that genuinely cares? Like, didn't they? I mean, the bus is gone, right? Like, who cares if Playboy? Who cares?
Google boob.
I mean, it's like, what is this? Is this meant to excite people in something? Oh, how racy, how cutting edge. Nudity in Playboy. I mean, what are they doing over there? First of all, why did they ever
who's
stop?
buying these magazines? Like
Right.
a homeless guy with no internet? Like, what's going on?
Are
He's
there
just a
people?
jerk,
You know, well, look, our buddy Capper seems to have a romantic. He has like a romantic obsession, not obsession, but like a romantic thing about porno magazines. Like he has,
Right.
like he longs for a simpler time where looking at porn didn't involve like getting your computer out and going to a confusing website.
It's a lot of work, Jody.
And he seems to really long for that time where you could just open up a Hustler and
It's
flip,
hard to open. The
flip-
pages are always stuck together.
flip to the page where the girl's
Hard to flip.
peeing on the mirror and take care of your business that way. But it's a time gone by and I don't understand why Playboy would even be bothering with this at this point. Like, just
Jody,
shutter it.
I
Close
had
the doors. cares?
I had one magazine. It wasn't a Playboy. It was one of your low rent ones, like Butt in the Gut or something. I don't know. But I had that
Butt
thing.
in the Gut? Is that a
fetish,
real?
like,
Jesus, Scott, what kind
I
of
got
weird
whatever I could
stuff?
get
What the hell are you into?
I mean, I get whatever I get my hands on there.
Oh,
But,
no, not the beast! Not the beast!
Jody, I was a horny 14-year-old. I
Yeah.
needed to do something. But it was like almost hard. Like he hit somebody over the head with like a steel chair. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it was
All
towards
right.
the end of the run. But my mom actually picked it up. I kept it under the pillow. Always. We go to bed. I could hear like a crunkle. But my mom found it when she was making my bed one day. I was like, Mom, you never make my bed. Why are you making my bed all of a sudden, Mom? Where's my butt in the gut? God damn it! What am I gonna do tonight? Visualization wasn't easy back then because I had nothing to work with. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen many boobs.
So our first guest has been on hold for the last 5 minutes, and they're still there. So they've heard all of that, and they've decided to not hang up the phone. So I guess that's a good thing. Ted Frank is he our feminist? Scott, Ted Frank, welcome to the Jody and Scott show.
Jody. Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
So
I'm feeling fantastic. Thanks so much for having me.
It's fun.
Well, thanks for joining us. And I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because Scott seems to think the idea that a man could be a feminist is novel enough to have you as a guest on the show, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So what's your deal, Ted? What's
I met this man in a park.
What's the story?
Well, I mean, I was sitting there, and I mean, I was getting into feminism. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is a movement that I believe in.
What was the moment? Before, I'm sorry, Ted. I'm curious.
Why not?
Hey, Ted's telling a story.
I know, but
there's
there's
a man feminist.
I'm sorry, but there's just like I want to let you continue, but I want to know what the moment, the spark was. If there was just was there like an epiphany, like an aha moment where you decided that feminism was for you?
Yeah, I can absolutely give you that aha moment.
Okay.
When I'm at a rally and I'm seeing 10,000 or 1 million people, the women in Washington, D.C. march, you're looking at that, you're seeing them out there, and I'm thinking to myself two things. One, there's got to be something to this. Two, there's got to be a way I can make a little bit of money off of it.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
This guy's smart, Jody. I told you we had a smart feminist.
And so when you're so the business angle on male feminism, are we talking T-shirts or is it a merch operation? What
it's
do you
not
got?
Penis straws,
What do you
Jody,
got? What do you got going on? Is it penis hats? Pink penis hats to
Whoa! Hey, don't steal his thunder.
What is it?
Yeah, you're taking it.
What is it?
Vagina hats. I got a whole line of them. Okay.
Are you the guy that started the vagina hats? Are you the one that started this?
Whoa.
I don't want to say I started it. That would be a little bit over the top there.
Okay.
Let's just say I've very much capitalized and monetized it. Made it a production industry, if you will. I've got massive orders placed with
Congratulations! All right, yeah. This is big.
This guy. This is fun.
It's always nice to see somebody being able to take advantage of people feeling empowered. I really like that.
Now, what do you make the hats out of? Like
yarn
yarn or what?
I'm kidding, Ted.
Look,
look.
A couple of
I fully support.
I
fully support
you. Cat one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you got the pink pussy kitty cat one, and that's gonna be made out of yarn, hand knit quality materials. On the other hand, I've got other kinds because there's other people. I've got trucker hats with vaginas on them. They're fantastic. Why? Because the vagina is a beautiful, powerful symbol of feminism.
Truly
it's not
is.
supposed to be sexualized. And there's people who just like wearing it,
So
you got to have
like
a little
vagina
brim on,
fedora.
You're out there, you're having a good time. You know what? That is an amazing thing. I didn't even think about that.
Ted, I got another idea for you right now. What about this? A vagina tent. Say you're going camping with a bunch of feminists. You just wrap yourself in a huge vagina in a tent. And you come out of the bush or something. I don't know.
What? You're saying
Jody's a feminist too. He doesn't shave his legs. Is that true?
I know. I don't. Are you saying is it true that feminists don't shave their legs?
Yes.
No, that's not true. Jesus, Scott.
Why is that?
No,
they're a little unkept. They don't groom much, Jody.
Is Ted still there? Is Ted still on the? Is Ted still with us? Did he quit? You still with? Oh, okay. Just making sure you're still
I'm
here.
here. I'm
for the
here.
long
I'm
haul.
listening to the vagina tent.
Yeah, just making sure.
Hey, you know what? If you guys
I'm
can
giving
figure
him
out a way
ideas.
to make me a couple extra bucks, I'm all about it.
The vagina tent.
Now, When you're out there at these rallies, Ted, do you sling them like beers, like vagina help? I mean, how do you sling these things?
Do you set up like a table on the side of the road, or what do you do?
Vagina help.
I got a big pink cart. I hang out all of my hats on it, and then people just come and buy my vagina products. It's fantastic.
I
think people are really excited about it.
Do you make light up vagina products for like nighttime events, like at raves and like outdoor concerts? You know, they have all the blinky toys and all the stuff
like a circus.
Yeah. So like, don't you think you should have like a night?
Funny you bring that up. I just got a line of those going for Okeechobee that's coming up. I'm gonna bring them out there.
Speaking of, we just
get Jody a vagina hat to pop on his balding head.
They've invited us out. The Okeechobee Festival have invited us to come do the show there. I guess they've sent us some media passes, and Scott is too scared to go. But I think I'm gonna. So I think I'm gonna be out there. So are you just gonna be roaming the lots, selling this stuff? Because I'll be looking for you. I'll buy 5 of these things.
I got a pass. I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to have my camp. I'm going to have a bunch of my vagina hats there. I'm going to get one custom made that says Joni loves vagina.
Yeah. Do it. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to be out. I'm going to be roaming around looking for the vagina hat guy the entire time while I'm there. All right, there he is.
Wave your feminist hands in the air like you just don't care. I still got a question, Jody.
Oh,
this
sorry.
Is a big interview for me, okay?
Sorry.
One more idea for you, Ted, okay? You know, at these bachelorette parties, they always have the penis straws. You buy a ton of those, and you give them to these feminists, and they can crack them over their knee like a 2x4. You know what I mean? This just gives them a little, you know what I mean? Or like just bite them. And,
oh, my God.
Nod them like a dog toy.
What is wrong with
like
you?
Those Japanese offices with the bosses where they just beat them with bats. Kind of the same concept, but with like little penises that they can break.
Right.
You're a sick fuck, you know. That's
cashing your 401k now. You might as well. You're in the money, baby.
All right, Ted. Thank you very much. He's the male feminist and also the man that's probably behind your pink penis hat. Thank you very much, Ted. We appreciate it.
Thank you very
much. Pink penis hat. Hey, Jody, it's a vagina hat.
Yeah, that's right. Why did I say? Well, that was
You're buying 5 of them.
That was a Freudian slip
you got
there.
Penis on the head.
I do. Got penis on the brain with your weird breaking penises over your knee.
I thought you were gonna hate that guy.
Thing.
It's pretty good.
I actually ended up. So where did you meet this guy? Where did you meet this guy?
I was hanging out in the park. I wanted to walk around and late.
Right.
Late.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom to use the bathroom in the park, and he happened to be right in the stall right next to me. So I chatted with him for a little bit and said I had a radio show, and he thought he'd come on and talk about the vagina hats.
That's fascinating. So did you hear what did you hear what the number one song, the number one that people have, the number one song people have sex to, Spotify has determined.
Are people still doing music sex? Are you doing that? Do you crank up a
No,
little Dave Matthews?
I haven't done that.
Marching and
I haven't.
Make love to your woman.
I honestly haven't done the music sex since I don't know, since I was single, right? Like that was like a thing you did.
I remember my first song.
Yeah, and then
going the distance, Cake, which I didn't go the distance.
Was it really
a joke, Jody?
That was Cake. Cake going the distance was the song that was playing.
The best 30 seconds of her life.
I don't
remember.
Not
easy back then.
There was no sound.
Bothered,
There was no soundtrack to my first. There was no soundtrack to my first time. But but the number one song people have sex to, as determined by Spotify, all right, is this.
I'm excited.
Here we go.
See if I can pleasure myself.
This
I can't really get hot. This is the Star Wars Cantina.
The Star Wars Cantina song.
People are banging to this?
I'm trying. I don't understand what the deal is here.
It's a bunch of ghouls.
Apparently, in Australia, sensual music translates to the Cantina Band song from Star Wars. And so when you search for sex on Spotify, this is the song that comes up and thus ends up being the song that people listen to while having sex. Although I would think it would be immediately passed on for something else, right? Like you would. Yeah,
you'd have to skip it.
You would immediately
put the thumbs down,
turn it off and go for something more like, I don't know.
Now, Jody, I know you just popped out another kid.
Yeah, I did.
You must have had a great Valentine's Day. What did you do with your beautiful wife Jamie for Valentine's Day? Let's get deep in the mind and the body of this date. What did you guys do?
Well, we made some Valentine stuff for our kid. We had to do like Valentine's Day stuff for his class at school. We, I had my son make a Valentine's Day card for mom.
When did the sex come in?
She just had a
Flower
baby.
sack?
She just had a baby 2 weeks ago, so there's not a
It's
lot.
open and open
No,
for
there's
blame.
not a lot of not a lot of that going on these days. Actually.
Well, do you have a pad and a paper for next year? Because I'm going to give you a couple. Check this out: 4 ways to eat at restaurants for real cheap on Valentine's Day. So you get a pad and a pen.
Yeah, I'm gonna crank up Careless Whisper while you do this. Okay, I just feel like it's appropriate.
Hooters, if you want to take your beautiful wife Jamie to Hooters,
Yep.
They'll give you 10 free wings if you bring in a picture of your ex-girlfriend. I could probably find one on one of these disposable cameras in my garage if you want me to dig that up for you for next Valentine's Day.
No, it's okay.
Sure?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
That might be very romantic for you.
Yeah, no.
Waffle House, you get a free waffle.
Oh, that's a good one.
If you make out at the bar right there in front of everybody.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
And that's all I got. Oh, no, Qdoba, Mexican Eats.
Man, I haven't been to a Qdoba in a long time. There's none of those near me down here. I haven't really, I haven't, no.
All you have to do is make out with your wife with a quesadilla, like a Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah,
the
three-way
together. Yeah, but you get it for free, so it's worth it, and it's a nice little tip for you for next year.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. Did you know that Nickelback is feuding with Arnold Schwarzenegger on Twitter? Have you seen this by any chance?
Everybody's hating on Arnold, not Trump, and now even a bigger celebrity, Nickelback.
Well,
I can't believe this.
Arnold so this started with Arnold calling out Nickelback. Arnold got on Twitter and said, when Congress is less popular than herpes and Nickelback, how do 97% of them get reelected, right? And I guess that
what does he know about rock and roll?
Right. Well, I guess that do you think, as the Nickelback guy, I have no idea what his name is, but the Nickelback guy,
Chad Kroeger, the beautiful Lion Man. Yeah.
So do you think it gets
Avril Lavigne? He banged her.
Do you think it gets really frustrating to be that guy who has written dozens of hit songs, made huge hits, catchy songs, made millions and millions of dollars doing it, sold out tours, and be the butt of every single joke about mediocre music that could possibly exist? That's got to be really frustrating, right?
To it the other night. Look at the photograph, dude. I cry every single time to that song.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Emotional. I hate him and I hate his music, but it's got to be.
Hey, dude, but it's a beautiful band.
But it's got to be.
Don't hate on him.
But it does have to be frustrating to be the guy that did all that. So okay, so I guess he sees that Arnold said this on Twitter, and he wasn't happy. So he tweeted back at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Scotty tweeted back at him, and he said, "Big fans. Approval rate this. Batman and Robin. Please leave us out of your future wisdom drops. Donkeyshon, Air Governor."
Boom!
Mic drop right there.
New Nickelback track, bro. I'm loving this new track. We actually had sex to this the other night.
All right, so Nickelback has a new song, right? Is that right?
Now, this new song, I listened to it about 60 times today to get ready for the show, make sure it was airable. Okay?
Is it good?
There's no. Dude, this song was like going through a roller coaster from hell, and I like that. I like my rock like that.
All right, here we go. New Nickelback.
Think about going to hell, you die.
All right, so like I'm
jump right onto a roller coaster.
I so like on a train, and it's going to hell. All right, so I'm dead.
Just died.
So right
onto this roller coaster.
So I know I'm in hell because I'm listening to Nickelback.
That's right.
All right, so I know I'm in hell because I'm listening to Nickelback. I'm on a train.
The roller coaster's going straight down, bro. Like a big, deep
there's like flames flashing by me. Oh God, there's flames! Look out! Oh! I know.
And you're in hell.
I know.
It's starting to pour into your mouth.
Oh, there's like little goblins on the ceiling, Scott.
Let the song breathe a little bit, though. It is a good track. These vocals never get bad. You notice that a lot of these big bands, the vocals go at some point. This guy has a beautiful voice of an angel.
It does have to. Oh man.
God, I want to die to this.
What's this song called? Feed the Machine.
About a machine. I listened to it 60 times.
Eat the Machine. Is this about a vending machine?
Really shitty vending machine. Everything's out. Sun chips, the only thing left.
Oh, that would make me angry too.
You hate Sun chips too? They don't taste like anything. They taste like cardboard.
Chips,
you know?
Sun chips are a garbage chip. Like because first of all, they're not healthy, right? It's like bullshit. Like they're not more healthy than Doritos. But
it's like having a Mick Ultra. You know?
Right. It's no more healthy than Doritos, and yet they're like tricking people into eating this shitty chip because they think that it's healthy, but it's not. It just tastes bad. I don't know about this song.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, That's definitely.
Well, this is one. We only got 59 more listens. And the show will be over.
Okay.
Now, Jody, you know I'm big on ideas. I come up with ideas all the time.
You are an idea.
Ideas.
You are an idea man. There's no doubting
I'm an
that.
entertainer. I make money being an entertainer, and I appreciate people that love what I do.
Yeah.
Now, I have a new idea. It's called. Let's say you and I get into a car right now. All right?
Okay.
You and I are driving now, just theoretically.
Yeah.
We are getting into the car. Start the car up, Jody. It's me and you. You're driving because I'm a horrible driver. You know that.
All right, here we go.
Drive right off the road. And let's get in the car, and then maybe we start singing together in the car.
Ooh, I like this.
Yeah. And then the whole Muppets come in.
You know, we need something. We need some feel-good material.
Driving
Well,
in a car, singing with
Negative
Muppets,
Nickelback.
Dude, this is like a huge thing.
Oh, I love this.
Big Bird's there. Ernie's there.
Finally
Bert's
feeling
there.
good. Finally feeling good.
Tell me how you get to get. You have to sing with me or the bit doesn't work. Come on, dude. God.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Open my eyes! My eyes! Ah! Ah!
I want to call the bit. Didn't end well, but I want to call the bit "Sing Along in a Car" with a Muppet or something, or maybe a famous person like Lady Gaga jumps in there. With
man,
you.
I
You
like
start
it.
singing with her.
Have you
crash
been-
into a telephone
Have
pole.
you
huh?
have you seen any of the trailers for this carpool karaoke the series by any
No,
chance?
dude. I don't. People
Like,
love this, man.
people-
people love James Corden and his carpool karaoke. They love it. They love it.
Like, to me, it just I get that I guess some people
It's fun.
I get it's fun and it makes people feel good, but there's something about it that I hate on every possible level. Like, yeah, I want to
punch it in the face.
Yes, it kind of makes me feel like a dick for hating it because I get it. Like, I see it. I see that people genuinely like it, and that it genuinely makes people happy. And I get that there's absolutely nothing wrong with James Corden doing this bit with these celebrities because it's nice and it's harmless and whatever. But you know
Why
what?
do I want to punch
I
it?
don't know. I still hate it so much, and I'm not sure if that means that I'm an awful person. I don't know why I hate it so much, but God, I hate carpool karaoke
I
so
want it
much.
to die, but I don't think it's going anywhere. It's
not.
Jody, do you plan on renewing your vows anytime soon? Because I had
Yeah,
a great time
I
at
think
your
so.
wedding. Your wedding was very relaxed. I did a great best man speech. You remember that? I nailed that speech.
You did because I think
destroyed my brothers.
That's right, because my wedding was just not too long after your brother's wedding, and it was and you wrecked his best man speech so hard
That was
that
all right.
it was
Had
like
comedy
the expectations and the intrigue swirling before your best man speech at my wedding was something other people were expecting you to crash and burn, and you gave a really nice speech. It was actually really great.
Good speech.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
right. It was great.
But no, remember you coming up to me like 5 minutes before? Hey man, you don't have to do this if you don't want to.
I was like, you don't have to, there's no requirement for you to give a speech tonight, and I will not be offended if you don't give it. I was terrified. Like, after watching what you did, after watching what happened to you at your brother's, I was terrified. So what are we talking about here? Why are we discussing me
Because,
renewing
Jody,
my
if you're
vows?
gonna renew your vows, you might as well do it on the cheap. All right. There's a new contest where you can have a wedding, but it's a Taco Bell themed wedding. You have like a hot sauce bouquet.
For real?
The food is lined up. All the delicious Taco Bell food. You know how I love Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
You got the chalupa. You got the Mexi Melt, which isn't on the menu, but if you ask for it, they'll deliver it to you. They'll deliver it to you real good.
I don't want to interrupt. I just want, but Criminal Ben, who is supposed to be maybe lining up guests on the show this evening.
What's going on?
They're not coming.
I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Tons
Well,
of people.
Hey, Criminal Ben, everybody.
Criminal Ben, there he is. Like, just coming on for the first time. Welcome.
We'll go to a Taco Bell wedding.
Hey, do we have more guests
We got
coming?
a lot of people lined up.
Okay, let's get them. Let's get them.
Where are they?
Let's get them cranking.
They're calling in like crazy.
Okay, let's get these guests
Cranking
cranking.
them out
Let's do it.
right now.
I have no idea. I don't think he's really. I think
we talked to Ben about he's living in a virtual reality world.
Yeah,
he told me. I wanna
Ben,
know
we
more
got to talk
that.
about the. We were right in the middle of what the hell were we talking about, Scott? We were in the middle of
Taco
something.
Bell wedding. You'll be having one of those soon.
All right, let's
You
get
do your
yeah,
vows,
screw the Taco Bell wedding. Ben, let's talk about this VR
Yeah, that was a
porn.
good thing.
Let's talk about this VR porn thing for a second.
Talk
Ben.
about it.
world.
All right. So you just got one of these what'd you get? The Oculus Rift? Is that's what you have now?
Oculus Rift,
What
and
is
I got
that?
All right, so-
two Oculus Rift.
Okay, so Scott, the Oculus Rift is like sort of like one of the higher end virtual reality helmets, right? Like you put it on, and it's
How much
and,
we dropping
it's,
for this
it's
thing?
like they're like it's like $1,000
$700
plus you have to have like
Rift.
Oh, it's like one of your
1,000
drones,
for the
Jody. You have
PC.
two. Yeah.
yeah, they're really it's not a cheap toy. So you put on this helmet, right, and it's got this super high resolution screen. It's got head tracking and all this stuff. So you get you very much feel immersed in wherever this place is taking you. So virtual reality porn has become a huge thing. It's blowing up. Like virtual reality porn.
Desktop app called Badoink.
Badoink, okay, Badoink. I'm writing that down.
What's Badoink?
Okay, yeah.
They're in it.
All right, Badoink.
It's the program you have to get to watch Pornhub virtual reality on your Oculus Rift.
Oh, okay. So
you gotta get it.
So what's it? So all right. So
you got to get yourself some coconut oil.
So here's
a lasagna.
Okay,
what do you do?
But here's where I run into an issue here, right? Because if the mood catches me, right, and I'm like, oh, I'd like to.
You do
pleasure
get horny.
myself. It happens.
You gave me all your Viagras, though. What's up?
I'm a human being. I'm a human being. I get horny. So
your Jaeger days. You have 9 shots of Jaeger. You start humping anything.
So here's my thing. So I'm in the mood, right? So if the mood strikes me, and I then have to load up Badoink,
gross,
plug in the VR helmet, put the VR helmet on, get everything situated. By the time all that has happened, like maybe the horniness isn't quite there anymore. Like if I can just load up a website, get to it.
Have to be in the virtual world. You gotta live the virtual world. It's a new way of life. New way of life. If you're in the virtual world, you're doing one thing. Badoink's coming knocking.
Criminal Ben.
So you just leave the helmet. You just leave the helmet on all day long.
Right, you're in a virtual
as
life.
Much as you can.
I see where you're going with this.
Now, Ben, give me your night off, all right? You get home from work, you light some candles, you strap this thing on your head. Walk me through the steps to your completion,
First,
please.
I like to go to Publix. I like to pick out a watermelon. I don't want one of those big, large watermelons. I want one of those nice little petite watermelons.
You don't want it banging all over.
You gotta get one.
Wait, this is a bang? I thought this is like for you to eat. Wait, you're gonna fuck
appetizers?
You're gonna bang this watermelon?
When you're in,
it's for a watermelon.
Jesus.
I'm not banging the watermelon. I'm banging the hot chick in virtual reality. But I want to get something that's similar to the feeling to enhance the experience.
Okay.
So you get the watermelon. Is that all you get at Publix, and you get some chicken to start things off? What do you get?
That's it. I already got watermelon.
So you walk in, you go to the checkout with just one petite watermelon, and that's it.
Petite one.
They look in front of you. Maybe get a scratch off.
Sweet to the watermelon.
Jesus.
I don't even mind the cashier.
I love that he likes petite watermelons.
Yeah, you know what? It's like, if you want to do a chubby chaser, you probably want a big one.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, anyway.
You get home.
You
poke yourself a hole in that watermelon. The watermelon you got to get it big enough. It's like you're grabbing hips.
Right.
You're grabbing the left and the right side of the watermelon, and those are your hips. You got to get in it.
So tell me something. Here's my number. You've now reached my number one fear about virtual reality porn. Okay, so now you're immersed in this virtual world. You've got you're in your living room. You're balls deep in a watermelon. You're shirtless, whatever. You've got a virtual reality helmet on, and then coconut oil's out. And then somebody walks through the door, right? Like something happens, like for whatever reason,
mood killer.
Somebody's walked through the door. Now, but Scott, this is the problem, right? That person has walked through the door, and you don't have any fucking idea that person's walked through the door, right? So now you are sitting there because you're in the virtual world. So you've got the helmet on, and you're banging this watermelon, and somebody's just walked through the door, and you have no idea. So now they're like, "Whoa!" And you're just going, and you're going to town on this watermelon, and this person could be taking pictures.
A good time.
They could be like posting shit to Twitter, like, "Oh, whoa, look at what's going on here right now."
One time to me. It happened one time.
See?
What you do is with the Oculus Rift, the headphones that come with it, it's not the add-on in-ear headphones. It's the ones that go a little bit over, but not all the way over. And this one time somebody came in, and I heard them, and I was right in the middle of this watermelon. I took my virtual reality set off. I looked her in her eyes, and I said, "You want to get some of this?
You want to have a Taco Bell wedding?"
Jesus Christ.
Now, one more question about this, Ben.
We've got to get the guests on. I think we have guests. I think you need to
one
call
more
them.
question. How long does a watermelon sesh last?
How long?
30 minutes?
Right.
How long we banging this watermelon?
Yeah, because watermelons aren't cheap, but we're talking like $4 or $5 a go here, right?
You buy 2 petites, you might as well.
I'd have to go back.
2 for 1.
Regular session, we're talking 15, 20 minute, maybe 15, 20 minute regular session.
Could you imagine the
Get yourself.
Like, could you imagine the scene in those 10 seconds after Criminal Bin finishes, right? Like those, those 10 seconds afterwards, and like, could you imagine what that scene is? Him laying lifeless on a couch.
There's a little bit of guilt. There's a little bit. I need to clean this up.
Just
covered
in sticky water, covered in sticky watermelon juice. Watermelon.
Choke the watermelon.
Watermelon pulp and seeds just all over the floor, all over the table. Oh,
now, certain nights, do you like essentially make love to it, or just sometimes you just bang the hell out of it, depending on the mood, probably, right? Do you ever break the actual skull of the watermelon?
If I feel like doing a little tongue kissing, I'll get me this nice ball of dough, and I'll pull it off like dough.
That is sick.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's romantic as hell.
All the dough.
Jesus, Ben. Okay.
Yep.
Be worked up.
All right, so
it's a different world. It's a lifestyle.
It is.
You have to experience it.
It is.
This talk means nothing. This talk is nothing.
We know nothing, right? You got to experience it. Yep.
I got to drop $1,000 to do this watermelon bang.
All right. Thanks, Criminal Ben. Let's get. Maybe we got a guest. Yeah, let's get a guest. Let's get one of the.
Yeah,
I want to talk to.
They're all over the place.
He's not going to call. He's not going to. I'm telling you, Scott. He's just sitting in his house right now.
The one feminist man.
Yeah, he got that one.
Park next to the stall.
I'm telling you now. Now he's spent. He's just hanging out. He's in his house. He's he's listening to us.
Jody,
whatever.
Well, we have time
That's
for
all right.
this though, because I've always wanted to do something on air. Radio is fun, especially.
It is.
It's like a what do you call it?
It's a party.
Imagination.
It's a theater of the mind, Scott. Theater of the mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I bought a $20 gold rush before the show tonight, and
I'm
gonna do my gold rush live. Right here on the show, because people love scratch-offs. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
So I think that'd be good radio. And
really good radio. This can be really good radio. Here we go.
People do get excited about scratch-offs.
I'm really excited about this.
Now, it's a gold rush, which means I could hit big. All right, here we go. I'm going to scratch hard, like banging a watermelon. Hold on.
What was that music? This is very exciting.
Colonial music.
It was the colonial. I brushed.
I'm trying to do this fast, Jody. Keep it down. I'm trying to get scratching sound.
All right.
You hear that?
I hear it. Did you win anything? Do we know yet?
I'm using my lucky penny. Oh God, I hate that. I got the 20 back. Don't you? That's the worst feeling. I'd rather them take the 20 than get the 20 back. Now I gotta go back, cash this thing in, and get another one. That's a crap.
There it is. Scott
my scratch off.
Scott and his scratch off. That was a really good one. Thanks, Scott.
I hate. This is not the worst though. When you just make the money back, I'd rather just them take my money. Now I'm in a vicious circle.
So you have you've got some kind of a dating expert, correct? That you've encountered. See, this is good. See, it's good that you get out of the house and interact with human beings because
talk to humans.
This is because I really have nothing to bring to the table in terms of bringing interesting people onto the show because.
It's true. You bring nothing.
Because I don't meet anyone. I don't leave my house. I'm a recluse. I gotta do something about
that. You did buy that $300 workbench. Give me the workbench update of the week. Anything big going on in that $300 workbench?
Yes,
I at least wipe the dust off of it or something.
No. Yesterday.
Got something?
Yeah,
Did you do something with it? Cash it in.
No. Check this out. Yesterday, I changed the strings on 2 guitars on the workbench yesterday. So
that's all you do on that. Can't you just do that on the table? I mean, this is a $300 workbench. Buy a hammer or something, Jody. Jesus, you have one of those drills, the electric drills. You need that.
I think I have one somewhere.
By the way, our buddy's stepdad that we got stoned and drugged at the wedding, he apologized for ratting us out.
I don't know
if I told you.
I don't remember how into this story we got, but yeah, we were at a wedding and There was a little bit of weed extract being consumed, in the e-cigarettes things, and
it's legal in L.A.
It's legal. It's legal out there, and there was sort of a member of the old guard, right? Old dog, he's like in his 50s, right? Late 50s.
Take him out back,
yeah, he's in his late 50s. Thinks he can party,
He's a garage smoker.
Yeah,
a little doobie in the
garage. Yeah.
He has an actual workbench that he probably works on.
He'll smoke a joint of the regs, the old dirt ditch weed and whatever. So he's a little drunk and he
slam his weed.
He's a little drunk and he decided he wanted to.
Drunk. He was blacked out.
He decided he wanted to try some of our high octane
for 4 days straight.
High octane. He wanted to try some of this high octane LA extract.
Into a virtual reality.
That's what he wanted. Right. So he took a couple puffs, and then a few minutes later, we see him mumbling to himself, and he
was at the buffet. We've told the story before.
Oh yeah, I guess
he was at the buffet, and he was behind me, and we're almost up. So I'm thinking, jackpot. It was a long line, and right before we get to the buffet, I get the fuck out of this. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm getting kicked out of this freaking wedding.
Yeah,
This is
and
it.
then he like flopped over on a table and like he got kicked out of the wedding.
Carried him out.
And, like, you got blamed for the whole thing. Jesus Christ.
But then it just simmered down immediately, which thank God.
Thank
I
God.
thought my friendship was going to be over with this guy who went to the wedding.
And with that, we welcome onto our show Romantic. Romantic, welcome to the Jody and Scott Show.
This guy is.
Thank
you have
you,
his
guys.
song?
I do actually. Yes. Oh yeah, we have a theme. We
Now,
actually have
Romantic
we
is
have
a
a
romantic
theme
man.
song
I know
for
it's
you.
a little late. Now this is your song, so build up your romanticizing. He is very good with women. I know it's a little late. Valentine's Day was a couple days ago, but he will give you the best way to know if a chick's into you.
But this is the time, right? This is really the time to make your move. Right after Valentine's Day, the single women probably are at their
You
the
don't have
lowest.
to take her out for a whole year.
Right, they're probably at their lowest the day after Valentine's
like
Day,
them
and
real
that's
low.
and
My
that's
buddy
a,
went out
yeah,
for scraps
that's
the
a
other night.
great time to swoop in there and grab those low self-esteem women and take advantage of them, right? Romantic.
Well, yeah, but also the thing is that you got to look at it this way: is like I can't really say a whole bunch about Valentine's Day, is because I broke up with my first girlfriend on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
you what a dick! That's not romantic.
Yeah, that's not romantic at
The
all.
opposite of romance.
No.
Well, there's a long story that goes to it. We don't have enough time for that. But
Oh, we don't. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I always give the best advice when it comes to relationships and everything, but I can never keep a relationship worth shit.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't take your
have it
advice.
for, like, and then it's gone.
That undermines your credibility, Romantic. I'm not gonna.
But he always starts it
The
off
thing
well.
with
Now,
me
how
is
do you
that
find out if
Yeah.
a girl's into you?
Yeah, okay.
She texts you back. She's always trying to hang out with you and everything like that.
Ooh,
Like,
that's good expert advice.
you know, when the girl's sitting there and you're always trying to text her and call her, and she's just like, you know, kind of saying, "Oh, I'm so busy" and everything. You know, that's when I just turn around and I look at her and I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to hang out with me, just fucking say so.
Oh, I watch your mouth. But listen, what's the
Ooh,
angriest
I like
a girl's
All
ever
right, my
made
bad.
you, Romantic? What's the angriest a girl's ever made you? over
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, a breakup or dissing you. What did you do?
I was engaged
Scott,
to a
who
girl,
the hell is this guy?
And I came back from a business
Seriously,
trip,
where'd you find
day
this guy?
early,
Who is he?
And I found her
met him in a
in
park.
bed with
You know,
another guy.
Okay. So that's the angry.
So what did you do? Were
that's-
you upset? Did you get arrested or anything?
No,
No, seriously,
they were
who
in
is
my
he?
place, and I
don't understand.
you
Is he
know,
like a
as soon as I
YouTube
walked
guy?
in,
Who
I
is
was like,
this?
you know, what's
No,
going
he's a
on
security
here?
guy at the
And
bar.
Okay.
they're like, wait, blah blah blah, and I was just like, no. It's like, go ahead, finish.
So
And I walked into the other room.
So you let your girlfriend finish? Did you watch the actual bang while she was cheating on you?
No.
You pleasure yourself?
I walked into the other room and I waited for them to get
So you
done and
listened to the
everything,
bang.
and they tried to talk to me afterwards. No, I didn't.
You
listen
actually
to it. I closed
finished the
door.
bang when you told them to?
Yeah. they
How?
did. You just let me know people are
How
horrible.
does that even? I can't even fathom that situation
they actually
unfolding.
It's the world
Stop.
that we live in.
I can't.
It's a virtual world. You need to get into that. Have you tried a
Oh,
watermelon?
God. No more
You
watermelons.
like the big girl, you get the big one.
Oh Jesus. Okay. All right. So romantic. What? Tell me something. Are you an actual romantic expert? I mean, or are you just like a guy that gives advice to people like when you're drunk?
You know, and yeah, actually, I really don't get drunk that often.
Oh,
But
okay.
The thing is,
Yeah,
is that
he's very sober, man.
I'm an old-fashioned romantic.
I gotcha.
I'm the type
Yeah,
of
give
guy
us your
that,
idea of a
like,
good
you know, I
date.
bring flowers to the girl on the first date.
Oh.
You know, I still ask parents' permission to officially date their daughter.
Oh
You
wow.
know, like I'm
That is old
more
school.
like dressed
That's
up,
creepy.
like, you know, in a suit and tie, and she dresses up in a dress, like, you know, that
Okay.
type of stuff. I'm not
So-
into this whole, like, you know,
Where do you
let's
go?
go out to
KFC?
a club and get drunk.
All right, so all right, so you're on Tinder, right? You got you got a match on Tinder, and you're gonna go on a first date. How do you approach it? What do you do? How are you gonna sweep this girl off her feet?
How you gonna bang this watermelon?
Yeah, on the first date. How do you make it happen?
Yeah, I don't put out on the first date.
No,
I
not at all.
actually have
What a
no
classy
sex for 3
individual,
months.
Jody. That's
classy. I like-
romantic.
That's very romantic. I like that. It's honorable.
Jody
I
puts
actually
out whenever he
have a
can.
mandatory
When
no
he was
sex
single.
for 3 months.
3 months.
Oh, you're celibate. Where's
Oh,
the
this
key?
is
How does she get the key to your
this is ridiculous.
chalice? What do you call that? A chastity belt?
Chastity
Is it-
belt.
are
Not
you wearing one?
chalice. You drink out of a chalice, Scott.
Oh, you drink while you have the chastity belt on. You got to drink.
3
No,
months.
seriously, 3
3 months.
You won't bang
really?
the girl.
3 months?
Yep, 3 months.
How often do you pleasure
I've gone
yourself?
as
Is
far
that
as 6
daily or
months.
what?
Huh.
6 months. God, you're one
once
tough
a week.
cookie to crack.
Fascinating. All right. Well, I tell you what, we are running. We're running
That's
short. Scott, we're already way over time. Like, I don't know. We can keep going if you want to.
That's romantic. Oh, play his song and give us
Oh, yeah.
one more tip.
All right, yeah. One more tip from Romantic, the romance expert. Let's hear it.
If you really want to sweep a girl off her feet, one thing that you really want to do is you want to cook for her. Make sure you cook for her. Sit down at a candlelight dinner. Afterwards, just have the candlelight on. You worry about it being like lit or anything like that. You don't really want to play like romantic music, but also at the same time, you don't want to play something too raunchy. So what I would suggest is playing something like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and slowing down.
Ooh, that's sexy, dude.
There he is, everybody.
What's wrong with this?
Romantic.
That's romantic, dude. Take a couple tips from this man.
Thanks for joining us, Romantic. We'll have to have you back again sometime soon. Thank you, Romantic.
Very soon.
I like that, Scott. I like Romantic today.
That's an old-fashioned romantic.
I love not very many of those out there these days. That's
3 months.
3 months.
1952.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think people wait that long in 1952.
So he asked the parents for the first date, like before he even meets the girl. He's calling like a stranger.
Dear God, I don't know.
That's taking it way back, bro. You got anything else, Jody?
I don't.
Great show tonight. What happened to sexy saxophone, Criminal Ben? We had a big star coming on this show. Where is he?
I guess he's not coming this week. That's a shame.
Criminal Ben.
I had a lot of people calling in. I couldn't get to everybody. A lot of people.
Well, we didn't give out the number, Criminal Ben.
We didn't give. This isn't a live show, Criminal Ben.
You know that?
There's no
people everywhere.
Okay.
We had to. So where's sexy saxophone? Did you try to call him? The number I gave you?
I didn't get a number for sexy saxophone.
Oh, it's on. Told you to check your Facebook.
Does Ben sound significantly more drunk now than he did when we started the show?
Yeah. How many beers have you?
How much have you had to drink? How much have you had to drink in the last 45 minutes?
7 beer.
Oh, that's fast.
And I took some Kratom. I got some Kratom at the local head
Ooh,
shop.
what's that, dude?
Kratom. It's like
10 pills.
It's like a legal sort of like sort of an opiate like thing, right, Ben? Like gives you kind of like a
like the K2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be illegal. It's something about a legal tea that you can drink and kind of gives you a buzz. I don't know.
Remember that K2? Everybody that fake weed.
From it. I took 10 of them.
Okay.
And it feels a little something.
You sound.
You didn't drive your moped, did you?
You sound a little something.
You might want to Uber home.
I did.
No, Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
I live 500 feet away from work.
Be careful out there.
All right, Criminal Ben.
You got a watermelon lined up for tonight? Just raw dog it or what?
I'm gonna go pick one up. Publix closes in 45 minutes.
What happens if you don't get a watermelon? Do you have like a backup fruit? Is there like a backup thing?
Defrost it.
I'll holler at a squash.
Squash. Yeah. I like that. All right, Criminal Ben.
Have squashes though.
All right, have a good night, Criminal Ben. Thank you very much. All right, God
damn it.
Do you have a Twisted or no?
We'll have sexy saxophone on next week. I did send him the message, but I didn't reiterate that it was in his email. So
okay. All right.
Bad. Jody, I have a big one, and I don't know about you, but apparently 60% of people give their pets a toy for Valentine's Day. Did you do that? You have like 9 dogs in your house. It smells like a barnyard in there, right?
I have 2 dogs.
That's a lot.
And no, they did not get toys.
Crazy dog lady.
No.
Well, these toys. You know how dogs love toys? You get them in this nice toy Petco, and they just dig into it.
Yeah, they love them.
You never really look into what these toys are made out of. Now, Jody, the expensive ones, the good stuff.
Uh-huh.
You buy the good stuff, you get the $300 workbench. You better be getting nice toys for your dogs.
I'm very wealthy. Premium dog toys for me.
Rolling in workbenches over there.
Yep.
The premium dog toy are actually recycled roadkill. Now, that's why these dogs suck into them so fast.
Ew.
It's actual meat of a possum, of a raccoon, of all these animals
No, it's
combined.
not.
It's a bunch of like a hot dog, and they shove it all in there, and it's actual animal meat. That's why these dogs are they love these treats because they're roadkill.
They're not roadkill. No,
recycled roadkill. It's good for the planet, bro. I'll go in one thing out the other. Then it's fertilizer, all right?
They're not roadkill. All right.
Next time you buy your dog a premium dog toy, he's eating roadkill, all right?
Find us on Twitter, Jody and Scott. JodyandScottShow.com is the website. Find us on iTunes. Find us on the Google Play Store, wherever. Get subscribed.
Jody with a Y.
Get subscribed so that way this flaming pile of garbage can be delivered to your phone automatically every week.
This is one of our best tonight, wouldn't you say? Ben, where's Sexy Saxophone? That was a big get for me.
I think he's gone. He's
on beer number 8.
Probably
Publix time.
Probably vomiting.
All right, I wonder if I read these scratch-offs right. It could be a millionaire by now, but I never really...
Could have thrown away 5 winning tickets by now. You would never know.
Life sucks. Again, Google us, Jody and Scott. We're all over the interwebs. We got the twit, we got the wat, we got the whole deal going, man. Jody, thank you very much. I'll see you in a while. Going to New York City, baby. Gonna paint the town red.
Can't wait to hear about that.
Oh, by the way, for Valentine's Day, you didn't ask what I did. I
don't care.
This new thing where I rent a very
wasn't looking for
emotional movie and I cry alone in a dark room. It's very, very romantic. Good night.
Hillary Clinton give Russia 20% of the uranium in our country. You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things. We had Hillary Clinton give Russia 20% of the uranium in our country. You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.